News Weather Scope.
Good morning. It's a wet one in the northeast, but you are going to see some improving conditions as we head into the afternoon. Good morning. I'm Kristen Dodd.
And I'm Mark Mancuso, and it's going to be rather windy in the northeast today, too. So a double whammy for you. But in the southeast, we have some good news for you. Drier air coming on in, and that means in Florida, where the flooding is still a problem, things will be getting better. And there's still plenty of standing water in the Tampa Bay area. Over the weekend around Ruskin, more than 14 inches of rain caused neighborhoods to flood. And unfortunately, we had a fatality as a young girl was swept away in a storm drain. Oh, I just read that story, and it just made my heart break. So there was a fatality with all that rain in the central part of Florida. But it is drying out, and we should be getting back to normal by tomorrow at the latest. Pittsburgh, the rain's over in time for the rush hour, but yesterday afternoon there was some soaking downpours that slipped on by. Today, though, the front's gone, and we will see the change, and change will come with wind. The old adage, a wind brings change in weather, and winds will be gusting over 30 miles an hour today. As we take a look at our water vapor loop, there you can see a big swirl around the Great Lakes. This is a very strong low pressure, and this strong low pressure in its circulation has kicked out that low that was sitting down and making itself a home in Alabama, but now it's gone and it's moving rapidly up into the northeast. Trailing behind it, we do see the moisture plume over South Florida, where yesterday we did have some localized street flooding on the Gold Coast. Today we still see showers, and for those of you around Miami and Florida City and Fort Lauderdale, still a threat for a shower thunderstorm today. As you can see right here, that's where the bulk of the moisture is. To the north, see just this thin little sliver of clouds and a few sprinkles. That's the front that's moving through the southeast and bringing with it the welcome drying and a little bit of cooling too. And there should be a nice little breeze. What a great day to put the clothes out in the line. You don't have to use the dryer today. At least if your neighborhood will let you do it. The covenants will let you hang clothes on the line. You know, there are neighborhoods that won't let you do that. As we take you into the northeast, lots of rain coming on up. See this darker green area? We had 1 to 3 inch type rains, and we did have some rock slides in Pennsylvania and Cambria County. But now there you can see the low pressure moving its way up through southern New England here. And see this? These are thunderstorms that have developed right near the low. Pretty intense lifting here. So some rather healthy downpours headed right on up through Rutland and up towards the Green Mountains. Huge low pressure spinning around it, the cooler air. So the mild conditions on the coast giving way to some cooling and drying today. Kristen?
Well, high pressure dominates a large area of the west today. It's going to be another scorcher in Dallas and Phoenix, while the LA basin will finally have a chance to cool off just a little bit. Now, in Duluth, signs of color changes indicate autumn is here. The fall foliage is breathtaking, as you can see by some of these shots. The area will be cool today with also a chance of a few showers, and it is going to be windy. Now, here's a look at our normal peak times for the fall color change. And so if you're making plans to head out and look at some of the color, check the dates here at the bottom of the screen and make your plans. If you're going to be heading into Duluth today, well, you better do it quickly, because some of these leaves are going to come flying off the trees because we're going to be windy today. You can see our tightly packed isobars here, and that spells very windy conditions. We have had gusts in Devil's Lake, North Dakota just this past hour up to 32 miles an hour, and we are forecasting for some areas of Minnesota as well as Iowa and Illinois to see peak wind gusts today up to 50 miles an hour. So that's the big weather maker in the Midwest. We're also going to see a few showers heading over the arrowhead of Minnesota, as we have an area of low pressure right there and those showers streaming southward later on today. Right now we are getting the rain just beginning to move closer to Duluth, and all of that is going to become a little bit more widespread as we head into the afternoon hours. Right now Minneapolis 59 degrees, Chicago 54. We won't have any problems as you head into Kansas City or St. Louis today. St. Louis, you have 56 degrees, and Indy a cool 49. In the west, we see a few clouds that are streaming over the Olympic Peninsula, and also in Seattle. We have a front that's going to be moving through, and by the end of the day, you could be seeing a few showers. No showers, though, really in the southwest, although we could see just a little bit of moisture begin to make a return in the desert southwest, in Arizona, and also into the mountains of New Mexico, as we have a plume of moisture here in Mexico, and that could be making its way just a little bit farther to the north. So we could see an isolated storm or two generally in the mountains. We have a big trough that's sitting offshore, and moisture is going to come streaming along it, and so we're looking for a wet several days in the Pacific Northwest. Right now we have high pressure in the southwest, and that was the same scenario yesterday. We had offshore winds, and so warm conditions for California. Also in the Bay Area, we saw a little bit of smoke flying by as we have a huge forest fire just to the northeast of Yuba City, and so the winds were heading offshore, and it was definitely a warm one and a little bit hazy there yesterday. Taking a look at our current conditions, Reno right now, you have 79 degrees. San Francisco, you have 90, and Las Vegas at this hour, you're checking in at 89 degrees. Now, Mark has your forecast.
All right, and as we take you through the day today, what you see here is a big high pressure coming on down.
Watch outside, John.
Yeah, Larry.